In this video we're going to be using the same tiger logo which was downloaded from the internet and created through Inkscape, and then positioning it on the top model, on a solid model first and then a hollow model, hollow filled model. Left click on it to make sure it's selected and then click enter your target. This will change its name, and this is one of the rules of the logo designer. The model needs to be called target so that we know which model we are working on. So then click on the tilde and look at it from the top view. Shift right click to place your cursor on the surface of the model, and then we're going to go to the blue section and click on import logo and outline. S to scale it, G to grab, R to rotate. When you're satisfied with the position, we need to approve the scale. So if you have scaled it, this is a very important step, else we will not get a true value for its thickness. With it being set to 1.5 millimeters, you can enter different value, or you can left mouse and move your mouse to adjust the thickness. Then click on approve. We're now going to head to making the base with the outline of the logo. So we're going to click on create inside base. Now this is made a cutting tool, and we have a slider next to this button which is set at -1. If you're working on the upper or lower model, the cutting tool may appear like this. This depends on the normals which are calculated in Blender. So we're going to slide it down that it is positioned to the base below your logo and slightly above the surface of your model. -1 should be okay for this. Then we're going to click on thickness, and what that does, it changes the thickness on the inside of the model. So in transparent mode we can change that thickness of your cutting tool. 5 is usually sufficient, and again you can use the slider to do this. Once you're happy with this cutting tool, and this is called cutting tool, you can see this in the block or on the left hand top corner, we will then click on approve. Now it will mention at the bottom that for hollow models use model designer now, then return to cut, else cut model. So first of all we're going to cut it in a solid, and then we're going to go back to the model designer. So I'm going to just click on save first. Then we're going to click cut model, and then using the blue arrow, or you can use GZ on the keyboard, you can then slide it down. And doing this, click on the tilde and view it from the front so that you can slide it down level with the top of your model. So with that done, we can then either emboss the outline or engrave it. When you emboss it, the logo appears on the top, and when you engrave it, it gets engraved out of your cutting tool. Now please remember that this cutting tool is a separate object to your study model. So when you print this, you need to join them in the model designer, or shift left click on both objects and then file export STL. If you want to make an inset as a separate and then glue it into your model. This can be done with the Model Designer Inset Tool. So now I'm going to go back and we're going to do a hollow model. I'm going to select the model and then go to the Model Designer and then click on Make Hollow. And then I'm going to click on Honey Vented. There's 3 different objects. Obviously you will not click on the hollow one, else the logo is not going to be supported by any structure. Slide the cutting tool in an upwards direction and stop short of the upper lid or surface. This should be sufficient, and then click on Apply. Now with this applied, we're going to head back to the Logo Designer. Make sure it is called Target. The Model Designer has changed its name to Model, so click on Enter your target. And then we're simply going to click on Cut Model and then shift it downwards. You'll note that it has now made a cut. Tilde key to view from the front, and then either emboss outline or engrave outline, as we have discussed previously. Making sure that when you export these, shift left click to include both in your selection. Very important. So here you have your logo, which is inset in the surface of a honeycombed model.